I spilled coffee on my boat. What's going on, everybody? Gunnar here. I'm just waiting for my fishing partner to get here, and today's a plan B day. So we were actually going to head down to Wisconsin and go river fishing. Got a boatload of rain like 2 days ago and the river's tripled. So we're going to do some Stillwater, get the hog in the water, and hopefully breaking the 4-weights on some panfish and hopefully stick some pike. So we're going for both. Hopefully we've got enough time. It's only about 45 degrees and I'm wearing shorts and flip-flops. Wish me luck. Alright guys, so we got a cold morning. We're going to start out chasing pike while the water warms up, and then we're going to go try to find some bluegills. But Mark here's fishing the chosen one, and I'm going to try to test out these feather eyes. Yeah, man. You better fight that thing, man. Strip that thing in. What, you gonna put them on the reel? Strip that thing. Well, you got a little hammer handle? Yeah, you do. Look at that little pike.
Nice. What should I do? Just take them off and throw them in the water? Or what?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can, they're slimy. You can grab their bellies.
Yeah.
Try not to get your finger in their mouth if you can help it.
Sure.
What's up, little dude?
Yeah.
Perch on my on my chosen one. That's awesome.
Ambitious. Look at it.
Oh, there's a perch chasing it, bud. There's 3 perch right here. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, so we're just cruising up the shoreline, banging the banks with streamers, trying to catch pike. And Mark here stuck a big old jumbo perch on the chosen one. I shouldn't say jumbo, he was medium sized. But then I look in the water and I got 3 or 4 chasing my fly. So we stopped, anchored up, got on the 4-weights, and we're gonna fish some little bugger jigs and whatnot and try to catch some perch. Check it out. This is the smallest fish I've ever caught in my life on the fly. That is a perch. That is a legit perch, man. That's what your fly looked like.
That is.
Look at that thing. So I just snagged up on the bugger jig, and I think I'll put on something a little bit bigger. Try to weed out those little guys. So this is your pheasant rump baitfish right here. Pheasant rump baitfish. Yeah, you got one.
Yeah, that's a nice fish. Sweet.
I was stripping them pretty fast, and I eat it.
Funny, I think it's the second or third time I've had you do that. Where you see a fish behind the boat and you're like talking to it. And then
4 or 5 of them right here.
nice fish. That's a nice one.
Little perchy perch on the 4-weight. There he is. Perchy perch.
Nice.
Alright, so check this out. So they're literally off the side of the boat. I want you to tie this little jig on, and I want you to just thump it. Just ding, 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 right off the side of the boat. So just literally leave it off the side of the boat and jig it. You got one.
Yeah.
Look at the whole school's right behind him.
Yeah, they're not scared off by the fact that their buddy just kept off. Oh, this is a better one than before. That's amazing.
There.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really small spot. And I'm gonna be, whatever. Oh, actually, he didn't have top line. He's like, I'm trying bamboo. Never done it before. And
Got one.
Oh my gosh. Hey, it's a nice fish.
Well, this is cool because I'm definitely going to convince you got one.
Okay.
Man,
Whoa,
that's a new record, man.
I was gonna say, I think I got you beat.
I love that we anchor up here and we're both just like pitch and cast like way to the back, and just by accident
you hook one by the boat, and it's like there's like a whole bunch of them by the boat. Oh, swarm it, eat it. They want the bugger jig. They're going over to you.
I had a decent fish on.
He's on. You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, that sun went away. Dang, dude.
Alright, I think we've educated them.
Not this one. His uncle's there, and he's like, oh, the boys said that when you're here, that they'll catch fish then. I go, well, what do you mean? He goes, oh, they said you know what you're doing. I go, no, I don't know what I'm doing. I have absolutely no idea. So I just catch fish off our dock because there's tons of fish there. Nice.
Look at that. He's actually bulldogging.
That's a nice one.
I'd like to see a big pike come up and eat you. Well, that's the forage in this little lake for the pike.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of it, apparently. I'm sorry. You just can't not. Alright, so that was a fun little tiny 4-weight session. We found a school of perch. They were literally behind the boat, and we just caught like 15 of them in 10 minutes. And now we're going to pick up anchor and go cruise around for some more pike.
I didn't really want a smallmouth pop. I'm like, yeah, I want like a simple foot pike. I'm like, all right, I'm going to break this. I decided to break the streak on purpose.
So Mike, so Mark is fishing a chosen one in perch, and I'm fishing for perch. Nice little perch. They're a little bit bigger when you're stripping it. So this little bugger jig is the end-all be-all multi-species little rig here. I'm gonna poke it up shallow and see what wouldn't eat my baitfish pattern. They were right on this color change. There we go. He's on. Hey, at least we're gonna find out what it was. It was a perch. There was a whole school of little tiny perch up in there. Perch are getting bigger. That's a decent sized perch.
That's real nice. I mean, compared to what we've been having, that's real nice. That's great fish.
I'll take that. Alright, so we're finally getting off the water. Didn't catch any of the big pike we hoped, just 2 to start the day, but crushed a bunch of little perch on the 4-weight bugger jigs. What is that thing called? Pheasant Rump Baitfish. That's a good day. So thanks for watching, and catch you in the next one. So why on earth am I so tickled by catching a bunch of little perch? Now, first thing, I don't think I've ever caught a perch on a fly rod, so that was just fun to begin with. Whatever, I don't really care. It was fun, whether you like it or not. Second, it's not every day that you get to touch and hold and study your forage. And this was something that I thought was super cool about Bob Popovic's book, Fly Design. He's got a bunch of pictures in there with him at the beach with a cast net, and he's just bringing in schools of forage fish so he can look at them and touch them and study them and what they look like and the shape of their head and their silhouette and their color and their transparency. It's like, a lot of times I feel like in fly tying, you have a bunch of dudes out there trying to tie flies that look like other people's flies. It's not what it's all about. Tie your flies to match your forage. And if you don't know what your forage is, like what we were doing, you can go catch it. You can put down minnow traps. If you're in salt, you can use cast nets, right? You have these tools to just put down a minnow trap in your body of water, come back a day later, see what you got, make sure it's okay with your state's regulations, and see what you got and study those fish and then tie flies to imitate that. And what was really cool is I don't think I've ever seen a 4-inch perch before, but I caught a 4-inch perch. They have massive, bulky, triangular shaped heads. And the next time I go pike fishing on that lake, I promise you I'm going to be fishing some type of fire tiger bulkhead pattern. Not some high and tight little thing, not a little jerk fly. It's going to be a bulkhead no matter what size it is. 4-inch, big broad head. Because those 4-inch perch had these big, massive broad heads, and I've never noticed that before because I never have caught and held and looked at a 4-inch perch. So give it a try, study your forage, Tie flies to match your forage, not other people's flies. Think about the fish, because no matter what fish become conditioned to lure-wise, they still got to eat to make a living. And the closer you are to matching a forage fish, they ain't ever going to turn it down.